Welcome to Success from Scratch, your place for innovation, creativity, and the blueprint of success from peak performers just like you. Welcome to Success from Scratch, episode number 23 with my special guest, Melissa Horton.
Hi.
Hey, thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
We're having a heat wave. Are you staying, like cool?
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It's going to be 110, I heard, maybe this weekend.
I heard that same thing.
Yeah, so we'll be jumping in the pool for sure.
Yes, yes.
So thanks for joining us today. And before you got into real estate, you lived in Oklahoma and moved to Texas. Tell us a little bit about that before real estate.
Before real estate, I stayed home with my kids, worked out of my home just with them, taking them where they needed to be, doing their thing. Hardest
job in America, being the mom.
Absolutely, right. Absolutely. Did that for about 15 years, and then we moved to Texas almost 6 years ago. Got a job with a builder locally in North Fort Worth, and loved it. Real estate wasn't even a thought, wasn't on my radar at all. Loved it, loved working with buyers, loved selling homes, and decided to get my license and do it for myself.
Wow, so that exposure to the builder really, opened up your eyes to what's possible in real estate.
Absolutely.
Wow, was that scary for you?
Very, very. Working for a builder, I'm selling a product. I'm selling their home, and when you're in real estate, doing it on your own, you're selling yourself and your service and what you can provide, and that can be scary. Makes you really vulnerable, so you have to be really genuine and authentic with people, and so it can be scary.
Good. Well, so I want to get to, I know you've completed about 7 transactions in the last 12 years, and by any measure that's success. 12 months. Did I say 12 years? 12 months. Yeah. 12 months. The NAR averages is somewhere around 4, so that's above the national average. Now, over the next few months, though, you're projecting to double your business.
Yes.
And you've done a lot of things to put that into place. What's made the difference to take you from 7 now moving up to 14?
I kind of hit a wall and wasn't really gaining any business. I just plateaued. I wasn't doing anything, had no deals at all, not just nothing closing, I had nothing. Right. And realized that I was hanging on really tightly to fear. And that fear was producing excuses every day. What if I call and they're at work, or they're feeding their kids, or it's bedtime, or they're upset that I called, and what if they ask a question and I don't have the right thing to say?
Wow, so the fear spiraled into basically paralysis.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And so when I let go of that, I just realized if I'm ever going to get past this and really build a business, I have to let go of that fear and that doubt and stop making excuses. So I got up one morning, took a deep breath, and picked up the phone and started calling. I called my sphere, everybody in it, and I didn't ask for business. I just called and connected with them, find out what's going on in their lives, what are their kids doing, what's new, just reconnected to build that relationship, and just continued to do that with everybody I knew. And then once I did that, took a while. Picked up the phone and started calling every lead that I had. Did the same thing with them.
Wow. So let's go back to that for a minute. You had fear, you were in paralysis, and then you made a decision and took action, is what I heard, to push through that fear. Was that hard for you? Was it just, hey, tomorrow I'm going to do this? I mean, tell us the emotions you were going through and how you made basically that breakthrough.
I was terrified. Literally on the phone with my hand shaking and pacing. I found out I'm a pacer when I talk because it helps with the nerves. And so I'm literally just pacing back and forth the length of the room, dialing call after call after call, but just pacing the whole time.
And then eventually became more comfortable and more comfortable.
Yeah, so now I sit with my phone on my desk on speakerphone while I'm on my laptop and just talk to people. It's just talking to people.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the amount of money you're investing for marketing and lead generation.
At the moment, nothing.
Wow, nothing.
Nothing. Not because I don't want to, but just because I don't have it. I haven't had it. It's been a while since I closed anything. So everything that I'm getting ready to close in the next couple of months that keeps snowballing is sweat equity. That's all it is.
Sweat equity. So you're just making it happen through calls,
picking up the phone, knocking on doors, just talking to people. That's what's happening, just making those connections. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to see what happens when I actually have money to invest in marketing and to really get it out there. I'm excited.
Yeah, so as you build those transactions up, start putting some into savings, some to your business, and then some for, to take care of the household, you'll start building that fund and double again.
Yeah, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen?
Exciting. Now, did moving past that fear, did you have a reason, for your children? Was there some reason that helped propel you through that fear where you were shaking on the phone? Or did you just made a decision because you had to do it for yourself?
Well, it's a little bit of both of those and then something. I wanted something better for my kids. They're teenagers now and they're at the age where things are really expensive. And so we wanted to be able to provide things for them and provide for their future, of course, like every parent does. And then I wanted to do it for me. I wanted to do it because I knew I could. I just had to get past that paralysis, that fear. And then also, it's kind of a much more personal reason. I lost my sister in January.
Sorry for your loss.
Thank you. She was 55 when she passed, and she had never owned her own home. And her health, at the end of her life, her health was declining and she couldn't live on her own, but she'd never had her own home. And if I can help it, if I have the ability, I don't want anyone else to have to face that if they really want a home of their own. I think that's kind of what really propelled me past that fear, because instead of looking at people as something to be afraid of, they might get upset, they don't need my help, whatever. They have a need. They need a home. Everybody has to have a place to live. And if I stop looking at myself and being so concerned with my fear and looking at the need that they have and the fact that I have the ability to help them meet that need, it's a whole different perspective. It changes how I look at everything.
Changes everything. What a powerful story. Thank you for sharing that about your sister and how that really has impacted your mission and your purpose. The audience is going to get great value from this because there's so many of us that are operating out of fear, and you've shown us how to work through fear.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
it takes work.
It does.
Every day.
Yeah. So what would you share with the audience right now? Just anything either about fear, working through it, which we talked about in depth, or any other daily habit or routine you have that's helping you propel this success?
I would say the biggest thing for me is to not focus on the income. The bottom line for me is never the dollar. Success for me is measured in 3 ways. One, that at the end of the deal, when everyone steps away, both sides are content with the outcome. Secondly, that when we step away, everything's done, my client doesn't just see me as the lady that helped them buy or sell a home, but they see me as a friend. And thirdly, when it's all said and done, I have done the right thing every time by and for each person, and I've not compromised my own character in doing so. If I've met all 3 of those criteria, then it's success. And I don't worry about the money, because if I do that every time, it's going to come. And every failure can be a success if you learn from it.
Yeah, that's powerful.
It is.
Well, thanks for sharing today. Glad to have you on the show, and we'll see you soon on an episode of Success from Scratch.